I want you to picture the American dream. White picket fence, two-car garage, just you, your family, and a 30-year fixed mortgage. Sounds nice, right? But in 2026, for millions of people, that dream has turned into a mathematical impossibility. We're living through a historic disconnect. Home prices have officially outpaced wages in almost every major metro area. Mortgage rates are stubborn. The cost of just existing in a home has never been higher. But people are still buying. The market hasn't frozen. So, how are they doing it? Are they all lottery winners? Trust fund kids? No. They are rewriting the rules of what it means to own a home. They're hacking the system, from the sneaky duplex to co-buying with college roommates. We are witnessing the biggest shift in living arrangements since the post-war boom. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the new survival guide for real estate. If you think you can't afford a home, you might just be looking at it the wrong way. Before we get into the strategies, we have to respect the enemy, the math. According to the recent data from Florida realtors and national analysts, the gap between income and housing costs is the widest it's been in decades. In the past, you bought a house to live in. It was a consumption item. You paid the bill, you got shelter. Today, because that bill is too high, buyers are forced to view their home as a small business from day one. This isn't just about saving money. This is about solvency. The article we're breaking down today highlights a specific trend: house hacking. Now you've probably heard that buzzword thrown around on social media. But it's no longer a niche strategy for getting rich. It's becoming the only strategy for getting in. The definition has evolved. It used to mean buying a grungy fourplex and living in one unit. Now, it's much more subtle. It's happening in the suburbs. It's happening in luxury condos. It's happening in single-family homes just like the one you grew up in. Here is the scenario. You find a standard 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. In the old days, you'd use that third bedroom for guests or a home office. But today, that room is your lifeline. Buyers are looking for layouts that allow for separation. A bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and, this is the key, a separate entrance, or at least a way to isolate it from the main living area. You don't need a full kitchen to make money. By setting up a mini suite with a coffee station, a microwave, and a nice bed, owners are tapping into the short-term rental market or hosting travel nurses. Think about the math. If your mortgage is $3,500 and that one room generates $1,200 a month on Airbnb or as a midterm rental, suddenly your mortgage is $2,300. That is a massive difference. That is the difference between being house poor and living comfortably. Pro tip: if you're house hunting right now, look at the floor plan before the finishes. Don't look at the granite countertop. Look at the flow. Can you close off a wing of the house? Is there a bathroom right next to the back door? That layout flexibility is worth more than a renovated kitchen in this economy. Now let's move to the second and honestly more radical shift: co-buying. According to the recent stats, about 15% of recent buyers purchased a home with a friend or a relative who wasn't their spouse. That number is huge. We all joked about it in college, right? We should all buy a mansion and live together. Well, people are actually doing it. This allows you to combine incomes, combine assets for the down payment, and split the closing costs. Suddenly, you aren't looking for a $300,000 starter home that doesn't exist. You and your buddy are looking for a $600,000 home that actually has space. But stop. Before you text your best friend, we need to have a serious talk about the risks. This is where friendships go to die if you aren't careful. When you buy with a spouse, there are divorce laws that dictate how assets are split, right? When you buy with a friend, it's the Wild West. So what happens if your friend meets someone and wants to move out? Or what happens if one of you loses your job? Or who pays for the new roof? If you do this, you need a lawyer. You need a tenancy in common agreement. You need to map out the exit strategy before you even look at the first house. If you don't have a written plan for how to sell or buy each other out, you're setting yourself up for a legal nightmare. This brings us to the core of the article. High housing costs change how buyers live. You have to accept that privacy is becoming a luxury premium. For decades, the American goal was total isolation, fences, distance, private space. To get into the market now, we are trading some of the privacy for equity. It's a psychological shift. You are becoming a property manager. You have to deal with vacancies. Can you pay the full mortgage if your room sits empty for 2 months? Relationships. Can you handle hearing your tenant or your co-owner walking around at 2 a.m.? And maintenance. More people equals more showers, more toilet flushes, more wear and tear. It's not passive income. It's active living, and you're working for your equity. There's one more hurdle we haven't touched on: the government. You might have the perfect plan to rent out your basement or do the sneaky duplex, but does your HOA allow it? Does your city zoning allow short-term rentals? Many cities are cracking down on Airbnbs. Many HOAs have strict rules against non-family members living in a home. Before you bank on that rental income to qualify for the loan, you need to read the fine print. Imagine buying a house specifically to hack it and then receiving a cease and desist letter from your city month 1. Now you're stuck with a mortgage you can't afford. Do your homework. So is the single family dream dead? No, but it's mutated. We're entering an era of creative homeownership. It requires more effort, more tolerance for other people, and a lot more paperwork. But it's also opening doors. It's allowing people to build wealth in a market that is trying to lock them out. I want to turn this over to you. I'm genuinely curious. Would you do it? Would you buy a house with a friend? Would you give up your privacy and rent out a room to a stranger if it meant owning your own place? Let's argue about it in the comments. I want to hear your house hacking horror stories or success stories. If you learned something new today, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the real estate market. Thanks for watching and good luck out there.